Now, speaking of negotiations, talks with Hamas in Gaza following the war with the terror group last May still stalled. And while the Bennett-Lapid government promised, among other things, to condition Gazan aid on the release of Israelis captured and held in captivity by Hamas, it seems that this too is falling through. A senior IDF officer in charge of coordinating prisoner exchanges reportedly resigning from his post this week over what he calls Israel's helplessness. In fact, the colonel-ranked officer saying that Jerusalem is not even sufficiently promoting the idea. So here with the reaction is Leah Goldin, mother to IDF Lieutenant Hadar Goldin, whose body was captured by Hamas in 2014. Leah, it's great to have you back with us. Thank you so much. Now, how do you react to this report, to this officer's resignation?
What do you expect? How do you expect me to react? We have been crying our soul for the last 7 years that there are a lot and many opportunities that are missed by the Israeli. And when I say Israelis, is the decision makers, including politicians, including the chief of staff that we've been having since 2014. They just don't do anything to decide and finish this remedy, this unjust, of keeping my son that was sent by Benny Gantz. At that time, he was the chief of staff, sending Hadar during a ceasefire, knowing Hamas is violating any ceasefire, and currently being the defense minister, not just now, for the last year or so. And Kochavi being nowadays is the chief of staff, and during Operation Protective Edge was the intelligence commander. So these are the two commanders of Hadar, and no one is doing anything to bring Hadar and Oron back from Gaza.
Well, so the officer in question, he alleges that actually multiple opportunities to make some sort of agreement have come and gone. Were you aware at all of these opportunities? Yes, we've been aware of all those opportunities. None of them were a secret, They are open to the public and open to the world. First of all, the COVID-19, the corona worldwide humanitarian crisis. This actually opened a huge opportunity because no one was responsible to provide Gaza with vaccines and all those machines, breathing machines. And since the beginning of this COVID-19 plague, we've been promised by high-rank commanders and by the high-rank decision makers that no vaccine will go into Gaza unless they return Hadar, Oron, and the civilians, Avera, Mengistu, and Hisham Sayed. But everything goes on as if we are in a normal situation, trying to forget that Yahya Sinwar is the arch-terrorist that was sentenced for 450 years, killing more Palestinians than Israelis, and everyone is trading with him as if he's the peacemaker of the world. Now, since the last war, on May this year, Benny Gantz was going around the world saying no rehabilitation of Gaza, no reconstruction with Gaza, without return our boys as a precondition. And we've been hearing that outside Israel. And this is the United Nations resolution since 2019, that wherever there is an armed conflict in the world, when agreements are initiated after the conflict, the good countries, the United Nations state members, are responsible to return the dead and the missing persons as a confidence-building measure. And no one in Israel is actually requesting that. Unless only the family are the one calling our heart and bringing to the table officials from outside Israel, and actually all of them agreeing to do it because this is their responsibility. But the Israelis are not here. And this is very, very upsetting, very upsetting. It means that when a mother and a father, a family recruiting their son to the army, no one in Israel is taking responsibility to bring our boys home. And this has to be changed. It has to be changed immediately and unconditionally, because the problems are not the terrorists. The problem is our people that forgot and forgot our basic values, Jewish values and international humanitarian values. So having said this by officials, by people coming from the army, we just look forward to more brave people that know the truth, that know the details, and you know what? It can be done now, just requesting, and it will be done, because we have all the international community with us. This is a fight against terror. This is not violating anything.
All right, Leah Goldin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at iltv.tv and watch from any device.